Hey there! Welcome to the space that gives you inspiration on work, on life, and how to balance both worlds. Clearly, we're talking work this month, okay? Now, I don't know where you are, but you should be having a glass of water, glass of tea, a cup of tea, a glass of wine, a pepper and a pen, because things are gonna get serious. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know every time a video goes up. Now, we've talked purpose. I think I have exhausted purpose as much as I can for things that I can say publicly without you having free. Yeah? If you want to get even more in-depth in this purpose thing, there's the 5-day practical guide to discover your purpose, and also the purpose circuit, okay? An annual membership group. Now, that's done. But now, if you know your purpose, and we already talked about this, you're either building a brand to have a career in that purpose, or you're building a brand to build a business in line with your purpose, okay? So, this month, I want to talk to the people that want to build businesses in line with their purpose, and more specifically, those in early childhood, because, well, I'm biased like that. But I tell you, whoever you are, whatever business you're doing, everything that I will do in this entire series, everything I'll talk about, trust me, everything I will talk about also can be used. If you compare oranges and tomatoes, you can use the same principles that I'll be sharing this entire series to apply to your own business, whatever it is. Doesn't matter whether it's service-based, product-based, it doesn't matter, okay? Now, this week, I want to talk, this week of June. Guys, did you just realize that it's the first week of June? Do you know what that means? We are halfway 2022. Like, the other day, we were thinking, oh my God, 2022 just started. Oh my God, we're so scared. 2022 means 2022. No, now we're halfway 2022. And if you haven't met your goals, guess what? Tomorrow is a good day to start, okay? Now, that was just wanted to kick it in so that I can scare you, shake you up a bit. Because I'm always shaking. Anyway, this week I want to talk about the steps that you have to go through or to think about. Actually, this is the point where you're thinking through, because when we talk about the steps before you start your business, because there's a difference between starting a business and opening your doors, I realized that the hard way. There's the things that you do to start a business. There's the things you do even before you start your business, okay? So I want to talk about those things, and most of them happen in your mind. Most of them happen way before the business even does anything like registration. Absolutely nothing. This is before that before, okay? And I'm sharing these things with you because when I did the childcare business course, okay, which is really the steps that you need to take to start your business, I did them at a time when I was looking back at what I thought I could have done better. And then, in thinking of what I could have done better, God was so gracious to me that after the pandemic and schools being closed and schools being opened again, I got the honor and the privilege to start my business afresh. And I'm starting it using the eyes of all the information that I provide for you in the childcare business course. So if you're doing a childcare business course right now, just know you and I are on the same page. We're starting from scratch, okay? But then what should you be doing even before you start, okay? That's what I want to discuss. The first thing that I would like to tell you is your business does not exist in a vacuum. It exists in an environment. You're not a flask. Your business is not a flask, okay? Your business exists in an environment, and it's in an environment sometimes of things you have absolutely no control over, okay? Now, in marketing, we use something called, we use various models, but my most favorite model in looking at what the outside world or what the environment how the environment might affect my business, either positively or negatively, cause me to not do well or to thrive in my business, is a model called the Pastel Analysis, okay? Pastel. Pastel is an acronym for political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and legal. Now, when you're thinking, when you've come from a place of you now know your purpose, you've decided you're going to build a business around this purpose, you need to start to look at the environment within which that business will exist so that you can know whether it will thrive or it will die. Thrive or dive. Dive or thrive. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, so you look at the political factors. Okay, now the one this analysis is supposed to help you look at the factors you have no control over. So the first one is political. What might happen in the political environment or in the political arena that might affect your business? Now, some of you are just like, oh, who cares? Darling, trust me, you should care. I'll give you an example. When we were starting the Alias Foundation, its colors were red and white. Now, when we're going to apply, for example, to see the First Lady, when we're writing a letter to see the First Lady, we were writing, guess what our branding was? White and red. Do you think she wanted to see it? Why? We hadn't thought of the political implication of the brand colors of various political parties to our own logo until we changed it to black, yellow, red. Now it is welcome. In any office, we will send our letter to the fact that our brand colors are black, yellow, and red to represent Uganda. We can't be affected. But if you have blue, but it's because it's my favorite color, I love the color blue. Hey, darling, I love red, I love red, I love red. You write a letter. And just because we are coming towards the season of voting, guess what? Your letter can't be considered. So that is a political, it has nothing to do with you like red. But guess what? A political party that is against the ruling party uses the same brand colors. And so guess what? You get affected. You have no idea. You just think everybody denies your things. What might it be? Yeah. So look at what in your business could be affected by the political environment. The other one is economic. Okay. So you have things like inflation, taxes, okay, economic growth. How does the economic environment around a country affect you? So I'll give you an example. When ShopRite was closing, okay, ShopRite cited things like decreased, because of COVID-19, people's incomes had gone down. And who are these people? Its target audience was the more, affluent market, but more specifically, those that are don't work or are not citizens of Uganda. Okay, they were expatriates. So those expatriates left the country, and so guess what? Their number one target audience, so their source of income, their cash cow, was out of the country. What that meant, therefore, is now, who's going to buy from them, right? You Ugandans had now started going online. You started buying Boo Boo, buy Uganda, build Uganda. That is something done by government, okay, to build Uganda. It's a policy, okay, that's under political. And because of that policy, right, by the government, people were now, they would prefer to buy from quality supermarket than they would from ShopRite. And guess what? ShopRite closed. The next is social. Like, what are the social factors going on around your environment that affect your business? So say, for example, people absolutely love border borders. Guess who thrived in the fact that people love border borders? Because it's fast, it can go through the traffic, people have more jobs. I mean, there was a lot of unemployment, so many young men became border riders. Guess who, because of that social change in our lives, made a killing? You guessed it, Safe Border. Okay, so Safe Border makes a killing, they make money, and then even other people now start to join after to compete with Safe Border. But Safe Border had already taken advantage of the social, what was happening socially in our own country. Then you have technological. Okay, so under technological, you're thinking of what's happening with technology? Like, how are people using technology around the world? There's more apps. People are building more apps. My God. Actually, even I wish I had an app which could just have all my apps. You know, keep all my apps, because the apps are just too many. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Everything has an app. Okay, so people have more use for technology in apps. They're using more internet. Okay, just last year, the percentage of people in Uganda using internet last year vis-a-vis this year has grown leaps and bounds, even when things such as Facebook, which was a social network, have been closed. So that tells you that people are using more. I mean, you enter homes and a good majority of second upper and first upper homes have TVs. They have microwaves. I was talking to someone the other day who wants a dishwasher. They have cookers. That technology, that machinery is being, so ask yourself, how does the existence of all this machinery affect my business? So for example, you have a cleaning business. Okay, your cleaning business is you use men around the area code. You call them, come clean. Now they are using hoovers. They are using, I mean, things are completely changing in the market, and you need to think to yourself and ask yourself, how is the introduction or the use of technology by people going to affect my business? You know what I mean? CCTVs, the other day, we were just talking about the importance for us to give access to our parents, give CCTV access to our parents, so that they can see what we are seeing on CCTV. Now, you as a business owner need to ask yourself, now me who's in a salon, who's doing fashion, now that how is technology affecting your business? Now, I'll give you an example. Just the other day, I got a shoe that I love. Obviously, it's from China, okay? Now, this shoe comes in a variety of colors. Now, when I bought the first shoe, that shoe was so comfortable. It felt so good. It was so nice. It lasted so long that when the business owner restocked it, I bought in various colors. Because I was like, I know this shoe has done me well. I'm happy with it. I will buy more. Why? Technology made that happen. All they needed to do was change the color of the shoe. You get what I mean? So technological factors that could affect your business, causing it either to die or to die. To die or to thrive. The other is environment. I think when I talk about environmental, when I talk about COVID, I think I should just keep quiet and let you tell me in the comment section how COVID-19 not only disrupted this world, but it made billionaires of people. Like, you're there, you have no food, but your neighbor is building. You're like, but how come that neighbor is building? He's still working. How is he working? Because his business in this whole COVID-19 pandemic, they didn't know the pandemic. Which pandemic? In fact, their business did better in the pandemic. I'll give you an example of Rocket Health. Rocket Health is a it's a medical app. It's a telemedicine app. Okay, and you can call a doctor. You can, using WhatsApp, you can get your medicine brought to you. You can get tested from home. Imagine COVID-19. They're telling us don't move. The only people who are allowed to move are borders. Now, technology, remember the technology I was talking about? Before COVID-19, they had borders already that were picking up people's samples from homes. They already had all they needed in terms of technology for them to be able to come to your home, get your tests, do a test, go to the lab, come up with the results, give them to a doctor calls you, they deliver to you medicine. When COVID-19 hit like this, who made money? Rocket Health. Why? Because they were ready with the technology, but also this environmental factor of COVID-19, of a pandemic, made it possible for them to make a killing just because of their business. So how can your business be affected by a factor, an environmental factor that is beyond you? And then lastly, legal. I think one of the best examples to give for this one is Crane Bank. Like what's happening to Crane Bank, I know people have talked there like, no, you see, legal, Crane Bank, it's a political issue, it's all that shebang. But guess what? When you look at the media, okay, and what the media is, how it's transpired to us, the normal common man, we don't know anything political, we don't know. We just assume. When it came down to paper and pen, the actual issue was legal, okay? Based on what government requires of all banks, they should have a capital base of 50%, and then they didn't have it, and then therefore they're being taken to court, and then when they reach court, just last week, the case was dismissed. Why? Over technicality. Apparently, the bank is going back to its own. Why? A legal technicality. It had nothing to do with everything we had all thought about. No. Crane Bank goes back to its original owners. So when you think about it, your business does not exist in a vacuum. So many factors are fighting either pro or against your business. I'll give you a really cool example that my business mentor once gave me as I close. She said to me, if you knew that going to Entebbe Airport from where you are is just going northeast, yeah? So for me right now, it's in that direction. If I turned and decided to walk straight through, would I reach Entebbe Airport? Absolutely not. You know why? Because right in front of me is a window. Next is a door. Is another building. After that is a swamp. After that is a road. Going up is a petrol station. I am not able to. I have to get out of this office, go down the stairs, get into the parking lot, go outside of the gate, go down the road, get to the main road. On my way now, move along I can't pass through a swamp. Okay, so for many of us, when we have this purpose, we've got this vision, we know where our business is going, we think that tomorrow we're going to just wake up and we will arrive. No, you have to move through all of the different obstacles that you meet on your way to your destination. And many times, those obstacles have absolutely nothing to do with you. So what are those things that might affect your business? Let me know in the comment section. Is it political, economic, social, technological, environmental, or legal? Until next time, bye-bye.